Welcome to Family Friday. I'm Ray Davis, Family Life Minister of the North Oaks Church of Christ in Santa Clarita, California. Our topic today is thoughtful mercy, mindless cruelty. It is stunning to realize that over 430,000 cases of child abuse are proven in court annually in this country. And of that number, 1,600 result in death. 80% of the abusers of children are the parents. And I'll put on the slide the source of that. But what you also need to know is 45 million children will see an act of physical abuse within their family before they are 18 and leave the home. Now, according to the CDC, 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men will be physically abused by their intimate partner during their lifetime. And elderly abuse is thought to be at about 3 to 10% of the population of those over 65. And again, I will on the slide provide the information where I found that. Now, I can say, based on my experience as a ministerial counselor, I can testify that domestic abuse among Christians is common. Unfortunately, church leaders are often unprepared to recognize and handle domestic violence that occurs within their congregations. And I'll just say this, if you're watching this video and you're being abused, please call the National Domestic Violence Hotline and they can listen to you and they can direct you to some local help. There's just no need to put up with that and you must get help. Now, the book of Proverbs contrasts the difference between the righteous and the wicked when it comes to cruelty and mercy. In Proverbs 12:15, we see the influence of the Torah. In Deuteronomy 25, verse 4, talks about having regard for your ox that works for you. And interestingly, the Apostle Paul appeals to Deuteronomy 25, verse 4, in 2 occasions in the New Testament as a reason for congregations to supply financial support to those who labor among them, particularly if they preach or teach. Now, the righteous within a family, particularly the husband and the parents, should realize the needs of the others and do their best to supply those needs. Now, again, as we look at Proverbs 12:15, the wicked are cruel even when they intend to be merciful. A family member, particularly the parents or a husband, can be cruel when they have no understanding of the other family members. When a parent does not grasp that the complaint of a child and they mistake it for rebellion, and if they really pay attention to try to understand, they may see that what the kids are asking for is the permission to start making decisions for themselves. Now, no wonder the Apostle Paul reminds fathers not to exasperate their children. And I think we can apply that also for husbands to the wives. Don't make them angry. It was Paul himself, before he believed in Christ, he zealously tried to keep the Torah, and he had this high expectations that anybody could keep the Torah like he was doing. Well, he found himself to be the exact opposite of what he intended: a blasphemer, a persecutor, and a man of violence. Now, what happened to Paul can also happen to well intentioned parents or a spouse. Finally, consider some of the sources of cruelty. Now, in this verse in Proverbs, wrath is that explosion triggered by an incident. Anger in this text is the grudge of the unresolved that grinds down the confidence and innocence of another. And if parents are jealous of their kids or a spouse of another, the risk is that damage can be done beyond repair. Now, what every member of the family should do, particularly the father, the husband, and the parents, is to chase after what is right and with a heavy dose of kindness. And when a family member transgresses, it's far better to admit it and then find a way to leave such behavior behind. Until next time, be aware of your cruelties. Work on being more understanding and kind. And I would ask you to read over the biblical text associated with this video that I will have a link in where you found it. And if you need help, get professional help. God bless.